Talking with Fitz. Today we're going to finally get to a little bit of a truck tour. So those of you who have been asked for this multiple times, finally got around to it. So here you go. Stay tuned to find out more about my 1998 Freightliner FLD. All right guys, shall we start on the outside? Let's do that. Like I said, it's a 1998 Freightliner FLD, and no, I don't know exactly the sleeper size. What is that? 50 something inches, give or take. I think it's a pretty good looking truck. Paint on it, chipping in places. You know, it's an older truck. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna do? A hood, obviously, has been replaced at some point. You can see if you come in close to the side of the truck here, you can see it's been chipping a lot as compared to the relatively shiny hood here. It does have some spots where it's got some paint blemishes and stuff like that. You know, it's got paint chips is what I was meaning to say. Something that people have asked before is this thing. So that's a little bit of a story about this truck. Before I purchased it, in the 3rd of March of this year. Before I had it, you can see the strobes, whoop, whoop, and all that action. It pulled a RGN, but that's not all it did. It has a wet kit, but frame mounted here, this is still some bracketry from it, was a knuckle boom. So yeah, that's what it did for the guy before me. That's not its whole life, but that is what it did before I purchased it. I'm assuming it hauled grain the majority of its life. Let's see what else on the outside here. It does have full fenders here. As you can see, you guys might have watched some of my other videos where this actually broke and it was riding down on the tire for a little ways. I do not have the money to fix that right now, so that's why. Let's see what else on the outside. Y'all have asked about the mirrors. This dumb bracket. Why is it here? What is it for? Well, no idea. I think I've already told you that. It might have been for something in particular previously, but I have no idea. The truck only has one tank. Now it is a 140-gallon tank. As you can see there. The other side, we'll walk back over there. Other side is a hydraulic tank. Battery box is back there. So if I keep it, I will probably take off the wet kit at some point. But it's not a priority currently. Let's see what else can I say about this thing. Overall, I like it. Shall we pop the hood? All right, we got the hood popped. One thing I want to mention on the outside also, before I go to the engine, is I do have Alcoa all the way around. The rears really need polished, as you've probably noticed. The reason why I haven't is because it has this system here to tell you if you're losing air. And I think I've showed you guys this before, but if it's gapped out, it means it's bleeding air to one side or the other. So they are aluminum back here. They are Michelin's, good tires. Front of Firestone, both really good tires. I haven't any, well, take that back. This back one likes to spin. And in any scenario that it's possible to spin, that one spins, and so it's one more. Okay, under the hood here, what's going on? So, obviously it's a Cat. You can see by the color. It's got a Cat 3406E model, 6TS prefix. Stock turbo, stock manifold, all that jazz. Let's see anything else on this side I want to take note of. Not really. Let's go back to the other side. So, like I said, it's a 6TS. It does have this tuner, 3-position tuner. So it's got a 10%, 20%, 30% tune. When I purchased it, it had 20% on it. This engine is stock 450 horsepower. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe 475 is the start of the engines that are made stock to handle more horsepower. 450 is not made to handle much more horsepower because it's the max of its internal components. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure it can take some more horsepower that I'm adding to it. So what I have it on currently is I took it off the 20% tune, which would have added, what, 90 horsepower? Because it's 450, we'll do the math. I took it off that one and I put it down to the 10% tune, so it roughly has 495 horsepower. And yes, that's not a whole lot for a kitty cat, but with it being stock 450, I'm content with just 10% tune. And to be honest, this is the most powerful truck that I've owned. My first truck probably had 350. It was a big Camp Cummins. The green truck in the driveway probably has 400. I had a 425. The Kenworth T800 with the pack car was probably 475. And the gear ratio was I guess I can't say higher. It was a faster gear ratio. We'll put it that way. You know what I mean. This engine has been rebuilt. I don't have paperwork on it. My guess is it's only got 150,000 miles on the rebuild. It was rebuilt. I take that back. Let's just explain a little bit. So at 800,000 miles, no, it was 600,000 miles. It was rebuilt. Why? I don't know. I think whoever owned it first was pushing it too hard. It might have been hauling overweight grain. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. So it was fully rebuilt. Then 100,000 miles, 150,000 miles ago, it was, I don't know exactly the circumstances, but it got a new head and it's, a liner was replaced. So obviously it's pushing water again. So my guess is that was why it was turned up. That's my guess. So we turned it down. I would like this to last me and never break on me. That is my goal. I typically run cat filters on this truck. This is not a cat filter, as you can see, but it is a Donaldson. Yeah, I said that right. And I believe, yeah, Donaldson. They're made in the same factory. So you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're made in the same factory. This is Freightliner's box. So, well, not actually, you know what I'm talking about. It's a Davco filter. Davco external, well, I guess that is the primary fuel water separator slash fuel filter. So I do have a significant leak going on. You can see this front leaf is damp. At the power steering pump where it connects to that spacer plate there, before the front structure, it's leaking. And I did, now you might say, oh, it's the front structure leaking. I did clean it off very well and checked it, no fan on, not movement, and it did leak from the gasket that connects the power steering pump to the spacer plate. So I have the gasket. You guys might already know that because I showed you that. Anyway, if you're new, you don't know that. But let's see, what else do we got here? We got, like I said, Cat 3406E. It's got a 13 speed under there. Let's see, go back to the rears. I was told they were 370s. That seems about right. Sorry for the breeze. If it's loud, I apologize. I didn't wash the truck, so it's dusty. 370 rears. XDN2 Michelins. What else do I have to say? Man, I've told you the important stuff. If I forget something, just yell at me. Yeah, that's it. Let's go inside the truck. It's your standard Freightliner dash. I wish I had more gauges. Let's see, what do we got here? We got water, temp, oil pressure, pyro, tack, speedo, brake pressure, primary, secondary air, fuel, voltage, and boost pressure. I wish that I had a way to monitor my rear ends, my tranny, my suspension load. Also, I don't have a oil temp gauge, which I really wish I had. What else we got in here? Well, 13 speed, like I said, outside. I do have a CB radio. It is on all the time. Well, most of the time. I don't have it on a lot of times in the mornings when it's dark. Mostly because I don't know how to dim the brightness, and it's rather bright, and I don't like that, so I don't turn it on until it's light outside. Judge me. If you see me, reach out. I believe it works. I haven't talked on the radio in a while. I don't actually talk on the radio all that often, if I'm honest. I just listen for things going on. Every once in a while, somebody will reach out and say, hey, you got this going on, or come on over, that sort of thing. This morning I got my window closed finally. I don't know if you guys noticed that I never have that window all the way up. Well, that's because I couldn't. Now I got it up. It was a pain, and I doubt that I'm going to put it down anytime soon because I won't be able to get it back up. AC works ish. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on if it's leaked all its Freon out. And I have an extra can for the days that it's bad. So I will probably be putting in a can tomorrow, because today and tomorrow are supposed to be in the 90s. The next day, Wednesday, is supposed to be in the 70s. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? Let's see. What else do I got here? Chair there is where I keep my vest. Organizer on the chair. My paperwork. Yes, I do run paper logs. No ELDs currently. I don't plan on using an ELD for a while if I don't have to. There are two reasons why I don't have to. Y'all can look into this if you don't believe me. First one is because it's a pre-2000s engine. Like I said, the truck's a 98, so the engine's probably a 97. But also, I rarely go out of a 150 mile, as the crow flies, radius. And technically, I don't even have to log, because I stay so close to home all the time, and I can prove it. So yeah, I've looked that law up, and I've been confirmed. I confirmed that with a trooper that pulled me over. Gave me a warning, which I feel like we've talked about that before, but we'll leave it at that. That's a different video. Yes, my tractor ABS light is on. It goes off when I roll. So, we'll look into that. Don't worry. What else? Some have asked about the sleeper size. I don't know. I don't know the actual number. But, take a look here. I got enough room for a little cubby, and that's about it, and a regular sized bed. So it's not that big of a sleeper. 48, 50 something inch sleeper, probably. I got my bed there. I don't actually sleep on it very often. I have my guitar. Jordan, I do have my guitar, and I do play it. just so you know. Got some various other things in here, broom and what have you. My cooler. Not a fridge, just a cooler. I got drinks and stuff like that in there. Some water, some sparkling water, that sort of thing. A hard hat. Try to keep my truck relatively clean. I don't like driving around in a dirty truck. When I was pulling step deck, it was dirty all the time, and I hated it. Back to dry van. I didn't hate step deck. I just hated that my truck was dirty. We'll put it that way. Man, what else do I need to tell you? That's pretty much gonna complete the video, really. That's all I got to say. If you have any more questions, put them in the comments down below, please. I appreciate it. Finally got around to doing this truck tour. If there's anything more specific you want to see, I would be glad to show you. So just let me know in the comments. Rich Strang, if you're still in this video, I have commented back on basically every one of your comments. Not really sure why you can't see them. So just FYI. This video probably answered all your questions. But if not, go ahead and comment and change your settings, because that's probably why you can't see my comments, my replies to your comment. Anyway, we're gonna finish the video off here, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I got a number of new subscribers and a lot of views on the last video compared to the rest of them. So if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Well, of course, the 500 is first the goal, but 1,000 subscribers. And hope I can do it in the next month or so. So I would really appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button. Comment down below what you think of my truck. And we'll see you on the next one.